So I've applied the wax off the buffing wheel, and you can see it's already shiny. There will be some, you can see where the wheels actually made some prints, and yeah, we can get all that off with the cloth and the polish. We do need water. I was taught old school, so old school is spit polish, and that is just spit, rub the polish in with the wax, bit of spit, bit of water. But obviously this day and age, COVID and all that, might as well do it all nice and hygienic. So cheesecloth, and I actually don't like using a new part of the cloth. I like using something that's already been used. It's nice and shiny, nice and got quite a bit of polish on it. And all we're going to do is, I've got a bit of water in this, a bit of polish here, and it literally is just start at the bottom and a bit of polish. What I like to do after the wax is on is just put some polish straight on top of the wax. You don't want to be rubbing too hard. You want to put it on top of the wax, so it's like a layer, and you'll know when you've got it all because you'll see the difference in colour. But yeah, I'm just going to chuck it on all over the belt. Don't try not to miss parts, or you'll just get it patchy. You don't want patchy. Just keep putting it on top of that wax. Again, don't rub too hard because you'll rub the wax off. You just want to lightly, a bit of firmness, but not too firm. I usually wait for about 10 minutes after I put wax on because the wax needs to cool down and just settle, because if it's too warm it will just rub straight off. So leave it for 5 minutes or so once you put the wax on, and just putting polish on the whole belt again. So we've gone polish, wax, polish. Just one finger, you don't need bloody to smudge it all in, just nice and easy. And we can see we're applying the polish. What we're hoping for is to get a layer of it on there, so it again cools down a bit. Obviously every time you're moving it's going to cause friction, it's going to cause warmth or heat, and it's just going to come off. So you don't want to apply it too quick and too hard, just chuck it all on. So that belt has now got one layer of polish, one layer of wax, and now a layer of polish. So the next part, really, it is just a case of, you've got your water, you've got your polish, dab, bit of polish, bit of water, you can see it on the end, don't know if you can see that, but, and just concentrate on about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 centimeters at a time. You don't want to try and do the whole fucking thing, because you've got to take some time, and this does take a lot of time. Now I'll show you what's already happening with the belt. We're already getting into, I don't know if you can see that, but there's already swells of shine, and it's already shining. But we just want to keep doing that, and I just want to keep over. Again, bit of polish, bit of water, around about 6 centimeters worth, and just back and forth. And again, not too hard. If you do it too hard, you can take all the wax and the polish off. And it's just over and over, and then do some long sweeps, and we're already getting a nice shine. You can see that already. Again, water, more polish, but you want to actually be feeling on your finger there. It's almost like there's no drag, and it's just nice, and it's just really smooth, and you can feel it. But don't want to go too hard. Again, do not go too hard. If you do it too hard, you take all the bloody polish and wax off, and then you have to go and re-wax it, and it's a pain. It's a real pain. But yeah, I'm just going around I do anti-clockwise, some people clockwise, I don't know, it's up to you, but whatever you feel comfortable with. Maybe not too much water, don't put too much on there. I actually don't know what the water does for some reason. It's just something that I've always been taught this way by my father. Obviously it's spit, rub it in, but I try not to use too much water, but every now and then, just to sort of, I suppose, I don't know if it's just a reaction with the polish and the water, but it does help. Again, you don't want to put too much water. I'm already putting too much water on this, but we're already seeing results. And when you buff it, which will be later, we'll buff it with a soft kiwi brush. Don't want a hard one. The hard one will take the polish off. You want a real soft one, or you can use even one of these tops, like a nylon lycra sort of top, and you wrap it up into a ball and just give it a good light buff, and it comes up really good. I've even used boxer shorts, because the lycra boxer shorts are amazing. You roll them up and they're just absolutely lovely buff on the belt. All we're doing here, still putting polish in, still going, and I'd say every 6-7 centimeters you want to be spending about maybe 10-15 minutes each 6 centimeters, maybe, on average. Yeah, the more you put the polish in, the more the top layer. I don't know if you've ever polished a car, but same sort of thing. Cut and polish a car, you just got to keep giving it a good polish, give it a good wax, then put the polish in, and then just keep, and then buff it off with a cloth. Same sort of idea. Right, so we're already seeing the shine. Now we can get a lot better than that. We could spend 20-30 minutes each 6 centimeters or 7 centimeters worth of leather, and we can get it to a real top-notch shine. But this is really just, again, basics. Just getting the wax and the polish in, and that's what we're trying to do, is get the wax and the polish to sort of come together a bit there, because again, the wax gives it a real good barrier, but it also allows the polishing. I've used heat guns. Heat guns are a good idea. You get a heat gun, you get a bit of wax, heat the wax until it gets to a point where it's literally liquid. Dip, bit of wax, bit of polish, and then put it into the belt that way. I do it on the wheel because it's quicker. Probably heat gun's probably going to be the best result. I've even ironed wax on, so you can get an iron, an old iron, and it's really, you've got to be really careful when you do it. But put the iron onto the wax. The iron has all the wax on it, and you just iron the belt. But you cannot leave the iron on the leather for too long, because it will burn the leather. So it's just a quick smooth over, and yeah, you'll see wax and lumps and streaks, but this is the whole point, is you get the polish on the water and rub the wax in, and when you see streaks of wax or lumps of wax, just give it a little bit more pressure, and it'll heat up with the friction. It will heat up and it will just smooth in. And we're basically trying to get the wax and the polish to work together, mold it into each other, and that's all we're doing is just polish, probably 2 dips of polish, 1 dip of water, 3 dips of polish, 1 dip of water, 2 bit, and so on. It's just, you've got to judge it. You don't want too much water on the belt, because you know, you're just getting, it will just get silly and it will just get too much. And obviously, too much water, a bit more polish. And I can already feel a bit of a drag on that. So that's the other thing you've got to be careful of, is as soon as you go too hard, and I started going a bit too hard there, I could feel the drag, and that means that the polish and the wax is coming off, which I don't want, because I was going too hard on the pressure. We're just kind of between light and firm. It's you'll get used to it, but it's just something you have to start noticing. As soon as you feel a drag, it's like, nah, that's not good. It needs to be really easy flowing. And on the top here where I've got that shine, it's just smooth and it's nice and easy. Obviously down here where it's not shining yet, you can see the difference already, but it's not shining here, so you can definitely feel a drag, versus on here it's just really smooth, and you can tell. It's just, I suppose, getting used to knowing what your limits are on the pressure and so on. And now, because it started to drag, and I need to really be careful because it will take the polish on the wax off, and now it's actually starting to discolour. But that's okay, because I can just go over it with a bit more polish, but really lightly in a bit of water, and I've got it back. Because there will be patches where you go too hard and it'll be nice and even all the way across the belt, and then there'll just be a patch where it just, obviously it's taken the wax and the polish off, and it'll just become bare leather again. So you just got to be careful. And this is one of the, it's a real painstaking sort of process. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of patience, but it gets there. And when you've done it, it's amazing. It's amazing when the whole belt's done, because it's a good sense of accomplishment. It's an amazing therapeutic sort of process. But a lot of yous, to start this off, you're gonna swear, and you're gonna curse, and you're gonna be damn annoyed, because it really will piss you off. Over time, it'll get better, and you'll get easier at it, and then you can start charging your mates 150, 200 bucks to polish their belts, cash. I mean, a normal belt like this, a normal Italian leather belt, takes, on average, I'd say for me, about an hour and a half. Straps probably about 45 minutes each, and a sword frog is a pain in the ass. I don't often do them, but if a sword frog needed to be done, it'd take me about an hour and a half. So all up, a kit will take you about 4 hours, I'd say, to do it properly. If you just want to do a parade polish, just a quick polish, then chuck it on the wheel. Well, put the polish on, put the wax on the wheel, give it a good going over with polish, and then just buff it off, and it will come up shiny, but it won't come up mirror. It will not come up to that standard. You've got to spend time, and a lot of time. So if you can see what I'm doing, bit of water, bit of polish, and again, it's just over and over, but not too hard, just nice swirls. I do it again counterclockwise. I'm building up a layer of polish, and then I just do a nice sweep up and down, because that just shows me where I'm at. And you can see, I mean, already, I don't know if you can see, but you can see the shine on it. I mean, I would actually probably do this all the way down in 45 minutes and then go back and do more. I'd actually do it again, but it won't take half as long for the next sweep. But it's just getting that polish, that layer, and that's about it. And you just got to keep doing. You just got to keep going at it. Any patches you see, get into it. Bit of polish, bit of water, long sweeps, circles, and just keep going. And you'll see, you'll know when you've got a good layer of polish, because again, it will move up and down really smoothly, and there'll be no drag, there'll be no resistance. There are a few ways of cheating, and that is just, again, put the polish on all the way up and down the belt, get some water, put it on, and then more polish up and down, long sweeps. But you're not really spending enough time on the areas, and you will miss things. So it's best to just, like I say, 6 or 7 centimeters at a time, nice and easy. I'll just go back down here just to give it a bit more. And as we see, it's all coming up beautiful. Again, this will take you a long time to master, and once you've done it, you'll be pretty happy you've done it, because there's not many people that can do it. Obviously the Brits, the army in the UK, they have to bull their boots, they have to bull their belts. They are on very strict sort of orders for that. But in Australia, obviously, you're not really having your leather boots and all that, so you don't really need to, which is fine. But for Anzac Day, or for Remembrance Day, just to walk out with something that looks like that. And again, Douglas leather, we do really good. I mean, we get some really good leather from our suppliers. It's Italian leather, 100% grain, full grain leather, and it's dyed through, so you've got the colour on the back. It is just top quality leather. We do our Sedgwick kits. Our Sedgwick kits are even easier to polish. They are $950 a kit, but really worth it, because 4 hours of polishing comes down to about an hour and a half, 2, because it's already got a finish. It's already got a nice shiny finish on the belt. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just show you a bit of Sedgwick here. Now this is Sedgwick, and it's got wax on it already, and Sedgwick already put wax on it because it protects the leather. Now I'm just going to put some polish on this because it's already got wax on it, so I'm kind of putting the polish onto the wax. And this is the Sedgwick. The difference between the Sedgwick and this belt. So this is your Italian, this is your Sedgwick. Now Sedgwick, as soon as, I mean, that's got polish on it, as you can see. Oh, there you go. I'll just give it a quick buff. And you can already see the shine on it, and that's just putting a little bit of polish on it. Once you put wax and polish on it, it comes up absolutely amazing. Again, it will cut your polishing time down, but it will cost you a pretty penny, because it is top quality. In fact, it's probably one of the best leathers in the world. Sedgwick and Herman Oak and a few others, but this stuff, it's British leather, it's bridal leather, the Sedgwick. It's just top quality. It's really thick. It will last you your whole career. I mean, even these Italian belts will last you your whole career if you look after them. Yeah, you see, that's all I'm doing is just chucking the polish in, up and down. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll go through the whole belt, but there you go. I mean, it's already, you can see the mirror, see my finger, the reflection in it. That's what you want. And that is an amazing piece of leather. There's not many leathers you will get in Australia that will get that finish on it. You don't want, I suppose you don't really want to be going for a belt that's already not necessarily got a finish on it, but plasticky. You don't want that plasticky paint type leather, because it won't last. It will last you probably 5-10 years maybe, and you'll just end up needing a new belt. So you may as well buy, I know I'm going to plug it, but you may as well buy decent leather, Douglas leather, and you may as well do it because it will last you your whole career. And like I say, this is one of the only leathers that you will get to a nice finish, a nice standard. Anyway, cool, thanks guys.